Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Get ready for the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Let's go. No days off. Dancing. 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 We dancing. 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 Dancing on the charts, yo. Dancing on the charts. Dancing on the charts, yo. Fibonacci. 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 Support and resistance. Support and resistance. I banged on it. I banged on it. I banged on it. I banged on them. I'm up late and I'm up early. I'm up late and I'm up early. I'm up 8 and I'm up early. I'm up late and I'm up early. I'm up late and I'm up early and I can't stop. Get the beat drop. Can't stop. Marcus in the house though. 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 My man Marcus in the house though. Blessings. This is me tightening my tie. Shout out to all the beautiful people out here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I'll be here in 5 minutes, not 10. 5 quick minutes. I thought I had the update going, but I didn't. I was busy chatting. And then I looked up and saw the screen wasn't right. And I just buttoned my vest one button wrong. I got to undo the whole thing and rebutton it. You know how that works. We get BOOKMAP up and loading for you so you can see that liquidity. You know how we roll. We give you the tools, the structure to survive, baby, to make it happen. Still got all those liquidations at 107,000. They've been telling us they're going to go to 107K for days now. And it's likely we're going to get to Big Red there at least at 106,240 before anything else. But, you know, we'll go from there. Already doing TA right now. Can't stop. I'm already starting the show. Everybody get ready. Get your favorite cup of coffee. Get a drink. It's Sunday morning. Get relaxed. We're about to have a blast. I love y'all. Give me a 5 minutes. Bam. I love that intro, man. It hits you hard, right? Look at all the places I've been. Look at all the people I've met. Man, from Vivek Ramaswamy, Joey Paris, everybody in the game. Gary Cardone. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on in. If I told you I was up on my trade, would you believe me? Would you believe me? Let's take a look at BTC. I put a green box where I believe Bitcoin was going to be when I started the show today. Remember that? Do you remember the green box that I made last night? Look at that, dude. I am very, very close to my prediction. I said Bitcoin would be here when I started the show at 8 a.m. today. It's 8:17. I'm a little late. 17 minutes, I get it. But we're in the box. I did it. I did it. I did it. Yes. I love when I do this, man. I make a box. I predict where Bitcoin's going to be the next day on the show. And if I get it in the box, I get a cookie, man. And look at Bitcoin is in the box, 105,760. If I told you I was up in my trades, would you believe me? And these two Bitcoin trades are open right now, still cooking, up about 200. I got the ETH trade still underwater. I will not let it go. Won't sell it till I win, baby. No emotions. All right? 23.41 is my stop loss. We're not my liquidation. What? 2,200. I don't believe we're going to go there. So Bitcoin, I saw it in this flag. It broke out, came back down, pumping. We're going to look at the bigger picture and show you what's happening. I'm still long because we're above the 1 hour 200. Very simple. As long as we stay above that 1 hour 200 MA, I'm still long. So the guy that showed you where Bitcoin was going to be last night comes through, and there it is, man. I got to make these boxes smaller. I'm cheating there. But anyway, they was still, even if the box was this small, I would have nailed it. Look at that. I would have nailed it. It's in my green box. I don't have to, it doesn't, it has to just touch or get inside. I nailed it, man. Bitcoin could have been down here somewhere. They tried to dolphin dip it, but they turned it into a flag. We're going to break all that down right now with the top-down analysis, the best in the game. You've never seen it like this. And to me, this is a breakout of a bull flag. You see? That is breaking out, my friends. And it looks like today may be the day that we continue to bump here up to $107,000. I mean, it's all right here. Future Stocks platform, display what the market liquidity is showing you. Check what candlesticks are hiding. While you're playing games, I'm getting busy on BOOKMAP, watching liquidity, baby. And I can see your liquidation that you don't even know I can see. You think you're unscathed. If I can see your liquidation, imagine what the market maker can see. Look at all this beautiful liquidity up here. And I believe $15 billion worth of liquidations, or maybe even more, will come if we hit $115,000 Bitcoin. So many people are short up there. They think they're sitting pretty up there. They shorted that high and they're still sitting there. And so liquidations will come for the greedy, for the people that don't take profits. If you pay yourself every day, then you're going to get a piece of the market moves. If you sit there and go up and down all the time, then you're going to have to take a beating. My mentor used to say, sorry, I never cleaned out my eyes this morning. But my mentor used to say, don't fall in love with these coins, Sam. Don't trade, don't date them, don't love them, just trade them, baby. In and out at the right times. Make your long-term holds if you believe in it. But, all right, let's take a look at what's happening here for Bitcoin. And right as I talk, we got a little bit of a pullback there from that hot sauce at 105.7 back down. Let's take a look at what's happening on the bigger picture for bitty Bitcoin. Bitty Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin, every single day, you never seem to amaze me. And we're getting our weekly candle close tonight, and we're going to get ready for the week ahead. We're going to look at Forex Factory tonight. We're going to look at what we got to get ready for. There's a lot coming our way, folks. All right. Can I tell you that? Okay, so I see a couple things. See a possible inverted head and shoulder. I'm not saying there could be that bearish div there, and we could dump. It's possible. But because the support and resistance is holding, it really doesn't matter to me how strong the divergence is. And I've learned this. I've learned divergence is only as strong as support and resistance. If your support and resistance is holding, then, you're going to defy the divvy. And I told you it could be separated divergence, like we already had it here in a dump. This is not part of that. These are separate areas. But, again, divergence is something you could really backtest and play with. And I did that for years till I really found my sauce with it. Each section of trading has its own developmental process that takes time. And I spent all the time in all the different things. After 20 years, I've been able to cover it all. Think about it. Eventually, if you just tell yourself you're going to do something all the way, then eventually you're going to do it all the way. You're going to be better than most people at it because you just spent more time. I always tell people trading is just like I'm living in a jungle. You came to the jungle. Wouldn't you want to sit with the tour guide that had lived in the jungle for 10 years? And I'll tell you all about the animals, the fruits, the different trees, the leaves you shouldn't eat, the leaves you can't eat, all that stuff. You'd probably have a higher chance of surviving if you hung out with me for about a month or a year and then you lived in the jungle for the next 10 years. Very similar to trading. You're going to have a better time surviving if you hang out with me for the next few months on this live stream. I've been in the jungle. I live in the jungle. I came out of the jungle with riches when most people came out with nothing. 90% of people did not do what I did, maybe even more. And I'm not trying to say, whatever. I want to teach you the ways of the world. I want to teach you how I made it through trading and got to where I'm at today. So I got this, baby. I can teach you so much. So the weekly looks strong. It was green last night. I'd like it to close green. It's still a bullish candle if it's green or red with a massive wick to the upside. And it's called a bullish pin bar, but I'd like it to close green. It would be far more bullish if it closes green. The 5-day chart, what I like about the 5 days suggests that we may be making this beautiful flag here. And this could be the beginning of a nice consolidation. And then that would break us up to about, $122K? Is that where that usually hits? No, yeah, $127,000 Bitcoin. So I'd have to say yes. So the music's a little too loud for me, but I can bring it up for you guys in the background. So the 5-day chart, previous support, kind of resistance, you're staying above that key level. I like what I'm seeing on the 5-day. The 3-day, with looks to me what could be a bullish engulfing candle, which closes tonight, edge it up a little bit, give us the bullish engulfing. But it also says to me, like, that's a falling wedge that could break to the upside 68% of the time. And it almost feels like it's breaking out a little bit there, starting its move back to the upside for Bitcoin. So it just makes sense. 109,000, right? We get tight, and then this could be a beautiful channel to the upside here. I don't see many other people talking about it. It's also the shoulder, the head. That all we need is that tiny little right shoulder, and then bang, we got a monster move of the inverted to the upside. The daily, as far as I'm concerned, has broken out of the falling wedge. I said I'm all in on this, and I told you yesterday I'm all in. I went over it on the 4-hour time frame. I'm not playing games with you people. So either you watch me make cake, you know what I mean, or you make cake. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice, as my vest matches the background. So look, the 1-day chart suggests that we are going to 127,000. Says we could get there by July 10th. Looks like it's going to be a hot summer, a very hot summer here for Bitcoin. So far, in my eyes, the last 2 days have defied what many people have, which shorted this head and shoulder pattern. I didn't short it. Again, it started the dump, but it didn't complete to the 200-day moving average. We were unscathed there. So to me, I see a breakout. Possible right shoulder, as this is a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. I'm looking for that action, but I'd love it if it just rips to the upside for BTC. 105,598 for Bitcoin. You got to love it. You got to love what's happening here for BTC. So the daily looks absolutely wonderful. The 22-hour, the 12-hour. Let's take a look at my go-to time frames here. They look great too. Getting across a little overbought on the 12, a little overbought on the 8-hour, but making a really nice flag, showing signs of life. And here we are, way overbought on the 4. However, staying beautifully above the 200 MA. You have to remember, when you stay above the 200, you'll get high stochastics. A lot of people will short that because they don't know how to trade the moving averages. The moving averages take carte blanche over everything else. I don't care how good what you're looking at. You're above a 200. You do not short the market. The odds of you losing a short are extremely high when you're above the 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame. A lot of people that take a short right now because they see resistance do not know how to trade the moving averages. The moving averages have so much more to tell you than almost anything else. I mean, everything tells a story, though. I could trade price action all by itself without anything. You see me, the first thing I do when I look at any asset is I look at price action with no indicator. And I teach you where we're going. I look at the support and resistance. All I need, honestly, I could trade price action all by itself. Indicators just help you, they kind of like, it's what you've been using for so long. So I'm looking for this right shoulder. I'm looking for some tightness. I'm looking for the 1 hour to stay above the 200 moving average. And I'm looking for a breakout. Tonight, tomorrow morning, it says this kind of has to happen no later than Monday at 2 a.m. Or, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to get unless we go real tight. And could we make a bearish div or a Barrett-Simpson pattern and dump all the way back down to 102,000? Of course. And if we dump, we're going to dump right back down here somewhere. There's one level there at 103 and then further down. So, but I remain long for Bitcoin. And I remain bullish for BTC. Let's take a look at the 15-minute time frame and see what's happening on the 15-minute. And shout out to all the lifers here getting that knowledge on a Sunday morning. And I'm long. You can see I showed you my trades already. I have nothing really to hide. I'm long. So you do with that what you want. Look, another V-shaped recovery too this morning. They dipped it down to 104.98 to rip it back up. We're at 105.700 yet again. Trades ripping. And so, yeah, I mean, I see no reason to close these longs just yet. Up $157. All right, I'm not trying to be a big shot here. One of the trades is a huge trade. That's a $100,000 trade right there. It's $9,000 at 11x leverage. It's not a game. I got very comfortable with those positions now. 100K, 200K, 300K. I want to get to that where a $1 million position is very, and that's going to be the next level for me. Fear and greed at 62. Greed, yesterday was at 52. You took a 62 bounce. That's a bit odd. To bounce up 10 points in a day, I find that a bit strange. But we are above the moving averages, and that's a high sentiment. I guess it could possibly be reading into that. Today, just the way this is looking, I'd like this to consolidate a little bit. Looks like we could get back to 105, 100. And it's a light day. Less people are going to be trading. More and more people their kids are getting out of school every couple of days now. It's the 8th, it's the 9th. Our kids got out of school on the 21st, dang near, of May. We've been out of school for almost a month. You know what I mean? Not a month, but, about 2 weeks. 3 weeks. Almost 3 weeks. I mean, it's been a while. Yeah. Sad they go back to school on the 15th of August for me because so much cool stuff happens here on the vineyard. They have the fair from the 18th to the 21st, and then they have the fireworks usually on like the 20, maybe even like one of the fair nights, I think. It's like the 17th or the 18th. The fire department collects donations throughout the summer, and then they use a lot of that, and fireworks. And they sell shirts and stuff, and then they use that money to make fireworks. The fireworks 2 years ago, or was it last year that I saw them? They were unbelievable. Unbelievable. And there's 2 fireworks. We do have a July 4th fireworks in Edgartown, but the big one is in Oak Bluff. If you ever want to come here for the Oak Bluff fireworks, they're amazing. They're beautiful. And they're over this beautiful field in Oak Bluffs where there's a big gazebo, and I think you'd have a blast. So check it out. Bring your family. If you have kids, you'd love it. Martha's Vineyard is definitely a place to go. It's a little overpriced, I think, at times. There is a camping ground that's very, very accommodative, and it's not bad at all. It's really nice, actually. My buddy who's a multi-millionaire stayed in there, and he loved it. So, hey, you do what you want. So, yeah, we're looking for this tightness on the 15-minute time frame here, and for a booster to the upside, not the one you were talking, not the bottom one. Oh, So, look, yeah, I mean, above there's my strategy, my model's right there on the 5. It looks unlikely to me, but the 5 could end up making some type of flag here and breaking out. That's that would be a monster move there too, because you can see that nice flag. This type of stuff could happen. It could be a tighter flag. We don't know for sure, but I do see consolidation here for Bitcoin. The guy with the green box, man, we nailed it. So yeah, I see consolidation here for Bitcoin throughout the day. One thing that's crazy, look at this. Look at this. I'm on MEXC. And look how they set up Spot right now. Spot looks just like, dang, man, look at TAI. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. I may be able to break even, man, just sitting flat. We got a little bit of a move. Did it go to third? No. Yeah, no, it's been tight. But the cool thing about this is when you get into this, look, you can put your stop loss, your take profit, right? And it's all right here. And then you can buy it. And this is on Spot. You see? This isn't on Levitt. This is Spot. And they made Spot look just like the way it should be. Right? You go to Bitcoin. Should be able to just touch Bitcoin, right? Oh, now they bring you to see that, and then they brought you to perpetual. It's funny, right? But I just found that really interesting. We need to get this bounce off of the 200 moving average on the 4-hour here for TAI. Altcoins are still a little sketchy right now. You know, they're not like the bee's knees. Definitely a time to start DCAing and to buy altcoins. In my humble opinion, you do whatever makes you happy. But if I wasn't positioned heavily in alts already, I'd be buying them up. And I'd be loading them up. Because either this is the opportunity of a lifetime or it's not. 666 is for Cardano. Solana, are you above 150? No, 149. BNB is a coin I'd start looking at in cake. I wouldn't be surprised if they start ripping. SWE, anytime it's between 280 and 325, I consider that a steal for SWE. And yeah, you can see kind of things pretty flat. Raven token, remember that's an oldie but goodie. Patrick Bjorn, remember? Overstock, Raven, man. Hyperliquid, it's still holding 35. Let me take a look at Hype. Because if I was going to trade anything, Hype is the strongest coin. Like if it's going to make a nice swing from 30 to 50, something like that, it makes sense that Hype would do some damage. I mean, even right here, when I look at Hype just by itself, I see it's in this like, you know, almost seems to be almost making an ascending triangle there, right? Getting ready for some type of move. It's above the 200 MA there, 2 on the 5. Hype looks like it could get busy there. Anyway, let's look at it on the big picture. I'll show you how we do it. So we'll double click price action. We'll look at Hyperliquid. So the week, wow. No. Yeah, see, there was an issue on the TradingView API, right? With MEXC people. I just want to make it clear. There were not liquidations there. I just want to make that very clear, you know. All right, so Hype came up. Then we had our bear market, right, at 11.10. And it already ripped up and did a 4X, which, I mean, that's hot, right? You have to think about that. So the coin's up 4X. Look at the 12-hour time frame. I mean, to me, that says it's a go-go for Momo. And we know it's one of the hottest coins in the game. We know it has liquidity. We know it has an actual market and a use case. Also, when James Wynn gets liquidated and all that fun stuff, that's a Hyperliquid commercial. For all we know, he's getting paid by Hyperliquid to do all that on the low. You know what I mean? You don't even know. And he might have an affiliate link and getting cake off that. So it's all smoke and mirrors, man. But right now, that looks beautiful to me. Yeah, like I see no reason not to risk 5 to 1. 1,000 for 5,000. Like, why not? You know what I'm saying? So I'd have to find out what 17% is of 1,000. So what you do, you go to the calculator. Yeah, I'd want to find out how much to put inside the trade, right? I want to risk $1,000. So I take 1,000 and I divide it by the stop loss. 0.17, right? It says I put $5,882 in the trade. If it goes down here, I lose 1,000. If it rips, I make 5,000. I mean, I love this trade. Make 88% of 5,800. I think there's no reason not to take this trade. Let's see if I can take this trade on Bitcoin back to 105.5, struggling with a beatdown. It looks like it is going to pull back a little bit, though, the way we were looking at it, right? And I got to go back to spot, right? I got to go to spot here. Let me see. Spot. There we go. Okay, it's back. It's on spot right here, right? No, it looks just like... Yeah, that looks like futures, but it's spot. So hype, right? And Bitcoin takes off, too. You're going to get a big move. Spot, right? And I click on it here. And then there's perpetual. It's weird how it like didn't bring me to spot though, right? You see that? Is this where you put it in? No. This interface is new for me, so I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. So go to spot and hit spot. I haven't seen the ticker change to spot, you see? Like, interesting. Bitcoin looks to be like it's going to rip to the upside. I love what I'm seeing here with the 200 and the 21. I don't even need to see much more. You know, that just tells me it's going to do some damage. Anyway, we'll look at this. I'd like to make this live trade here on Hyper Liquid. And it finds it for me there. I'm just thinking maybe they just haven't had the you know, I don't know what's going on. You know, I can buy Bitcoin, which is great. I don't mind, you know. But I'd like to buy some Hyper Liquid for 5,800 and make $5,000 on the next big move there, or lose 1,000. Like, I'm okay. Either one is fine with me. I'd like to take a short. I'd like to take a short. Wow, they got a lot of markets too now. BRL, USD, USDT. I feel like I could just, if I click on XRP. Interesting, and like I'm not able to like see. I'm clicking on them and I'm not getting there. Maybe I just got to refresh the page. I got a lot of exchanges open and windows open, so I blame myself. There it is. It's on hype now. It just, yeah, we had to get a little bit of a refresh there. So look, I mean, Hyper Liquid looks great to me. Stop loss below 30, you know, basically at like 29.94, right? And this is amazing. See, I'm on spot now, but I'm able to do it just like I was doing it. And that take profit, where is that going to be? It's going to be at 67.48. All right, 67.48 on that take profit. And I may add to the trade too, right? Oh, it's even better. You see those 777s there? Look at that. Yes. Yes. Buy hype. High risk, high reward. Don't do what I'm doing if you don't know how to do it. You know what I mean? And let's see if we get the fill here. You know, at 35.45. I got to get my order down there. I got to get filled. I'll let that sit. I'm one of the bigger guys on the order book. Look, 7,000, 2,000, 1,000. Most people are going small ball. So I got to eat up some liquidity here. Let's see if they give me my sausalito for Hyper Liquid. All right, but that's, you know, amazing. I just want to show this new way of trading on spot on Mexi. Everyone should do this, from BTCC to weeks. You got to do this. If you can do this for me, I mean, this is like this is what I've always wanted. Like, how come I can't have a stop loss and a take profit on my trade just because I'm trading spot? It should be just like my futures exchange. And look, it just looks just like a futures exchange now. Nice and neat, nice and complete. This is a dream come true. And I think this is one of the smartest things Mexi's ever done. You got to hats off to them. You know, that's competitive right there. And I think that's amazing. So I've been asking for that for years. No one's done it. Mexi did it. So whatever, I mean, you know, whatever. I love Bit2Next. I love Weeks. I like BTCC. You know, I'm ripping on the NASDAQ. You know, I have fun on my Weeks trades. It's a blast. Don't get me wrong. But man, that would be really cool to see that on almost every exchange. That's something that I'm looking for. So yeah, I don't like to get too crazy here on Sunday. And I want you to spend most of the time with your family. I do have a one-on-one at 9:30. James Wynn posted his ex that Hyperliquid isn't paying him a cent, and apparently he only made 37K on reviews. He said once Binance makes his ex, he will jump on. It's so funny, man. I honestly don't want to hear about the guy anymore. I shouldn't even have brought him up. Like, come on, man. He had $100 million in his hand and he let it fly. Like, come on, bro. That's like, he could have been investing in multiple companies right now, flying. I mean, come on. And then he like justifies it, say he's eating steak with his wife and stuff. I think it's a psyop. Something weird's going on there. Like, whenever you get fed a bunch of stuff online, I feel like it's like what you're supposed to be talking about. Some type of psyop. Yeah. Let's take a look at XRP. A lot of people are sweating the banker coin. XRP, the banker coin. So look, again, none of these wicks were real. I don't know why it was some API glitch on TradingView. We'd be like, sure, it really was though. And they should get it fixed too, so they're not on the board anymore. But XRP, trade looks absolutely beautiful for a move to the upside. That cup and handle looks awesome. Stop loss below 187 with a rippage up to 372 for XRP. That's on the table right now for XRP. GM Sam, shout out to everybody. Shout out to Tex-Mex, Biomex in the house, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate you, Biomex. How you doing, bro? How you doing there? Barry White in the house. Seriously, $100 million and you didn't take profits? What a clown. That's massive greed. I mean, not even stash 2 or 3 mil? Not even a couple mil? Nah, I mean, that's mental delusion, brother. And I get it. Money's not everything. I mean, it's a freeing experience to lose and gain money because it's like it makes you realize that like it never was about the money in the first place. And I get it. I hear some of his posts and I understand what he's saying, but come on, man. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Shout out to all my lifers out there. Yes, so I wouldn't be going too hard in altcoins. If I was in an altcoin, I would be just looking at it, DCAing. I'm building positions in swing trades, as you can see, because I believe there's going to be a pretty big move. The charts are conveying. How about KAITO, though, huh? Going all the way to 240. Man, KAITO, baby, KAITO. And then KETA. KETA, baby, KETA. I still can't get over what happened to KETA. The thing ripped all the way up to 190, 155. I talked about it at 12 cents when it first came out on MEXC. No, not even MEXC, just a deck screener, right? And KETA. And Token Metrics talked about it a lot. I went over it. The thing did over a 12x, over a 10x. Look at it, 138. It did over 10x from when we put it out. And that's since like the beginning of May. So in basically a month and 8 days, KETA blasted to the upside. I went over it in my trading group numerous times, and that's why we go to Token Metrics every single week. That's why I keep looking at it. They give us the sauce, everybody, and they find some stuff. I'm telling you right now. And so I'm not only giving you the Bitcoin trades, but I'm fine. Look, KETA right there. They were giving me KETA back in the day. They're still bullish on KETA. Unbelievable. Liquidate, Athena, Arena, and you can see what they're bullish on right now. Koge, K-O-G-E. I'm hooking you up right now. Rabita, never heard TIBBIR, all right. Bubble Maps, right? BMT. Flock has been on the radar. Anime coin. Maria back in it. The Pocket Network. BNXBT. BNBXBT, right? And Broccoli still, that meme, that BNB meme. Funny. But man, KETA takes the cake as one of the biggest winners, over a 10x in 50 days. And I put it out on my group numerous times. But the first time it was about 12 cents when I found it. Celestia in virtual, thank you, Kurt. Yeah, we only do one super chat per one ask per super chat. We're going to take a look at virtual for you there, and we're going to have to move on. But thank you, Kurt. We love you. No, I'm just joking. I'll do them both, but for the future. Right? Wow, virtuals broke down. It would have been something I thought was going to be a little stronger and look better. But look, I had a head and shoulder pattern, and it started to kind of fall off a bit here. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. it's challenging the 200 moving average on the daily time frame. It doesn't look amazing, I have to be honest, compared to a lot of other coins. I guess it had its run up from 50 all the way to, 250. It basically did a 5x from the low. Everyone's complaining. There's been 5x's. I just showed a 10x. There's money out here, everybody. You just got to be in the right coins. I know it's not that easy, but if you work really hard, you pay attention, you get a piece of the pie. You're hoping this bounces off the daily 200. Just doesn't look, it looks like it's going to roll over. I don't know, for whatever reason. 105, 508 for Bitcoin, just kind of keeping you on track with the price here for BTCC. For BTC, sorry, not BTCC. That's the awesome exchange. I like to trade the NASDAQ and Bitcoin. 105,005. We still got all this liquidity above us on BOOKMAP, suggesting we do go to the upside. However, it's a low volume Sunday. I expect nothing, and for it to just kind of chill out, right? TI. Oh no. What happened there? The stream said it had a glitch. I wonder why. I'm heavily plugged in. Everything's fine though, right? I don't like seeing that. When I see that, I bug out, man. I don't like seeing that. Stream had disconnected, attempting to reconnect a few seconds ago. Are we still good? Let me double check. Looks like it was a glitch in the matrix. I'm still good. Shout out to the 1,000 beautiful souls here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. The connection timed out for a moment. It's working now. Yeah, it buffered. Yeah. If you just got to refresh. Everyone's got to refresh for whatever reason. Yeah. He said it's going in and out. Well, to me, it says it's 100%, so it's strange. Just refresh your video, and it shouldn't go in and out. I think you'd be good to go. Yeah. Good day for power washing. Oh, yeah, it really is, too. I just got to get some gas, get it going. But I got the power washer up and running yesterday. My buddy hooked me up, man. Shout out to Rob, man. He did so much stuff, man. God bless you, Rob. Thank you. Yeah. That bugged me out. I wonder what happened there. I wonder what went on. Because I'm hardwired. So, makes me wonder if there was I don't know. It's good to go. Yeah. It's 100%. Thank you. Technology for you. Hey, I'm on an island. I guess you never know the internet, but you never know. It's weird. I don't want to be, Yeah. All right, but I was done with the show. And hey, I'm on an island. I guess you never know the internet, but you never know. It's weird. I don't want to be, And you may or may not have. Last but not least, we'll just give you crypto rank, where I like to just see what's coming our way here. And is there they keep saying he's going to get rid of Jerome Powell. It may happen some way, somehow. I don't know how, but I believe there's a way. Trump could do whatever in some way, shape, or form. I believe if he wants to get it done, he can get it done. But yeah, just be careful, man. All coins have been getting pounded again. They're sideways. Bitcoin steals the show. And you have to be in the right coin at the right time. That's really what it comes down to. And I'm very selective on my altcoin trades right now until the right moment. I still got my bags. I'm not selling. Right? And you can saw I opened up the Hyperliquid trade. We'll see if that ends up getting caught. Looks like I'm going to be able to get my fill, though. We're very close to price action. Oh, I got some fill already. I got 34% filled, so we'll see. This is what I do. See how I'm limiting in? I'm not a maker. I'm paying less because I'm just waiting for the market to come to me. I'm not, grabbing liquidity out of the market. Very important. All right, become the maker, not the taker. When you make the order and place it on the book, let it come to you instead of grabbing the orders off the book and just taking whatever's there. So when you're marketing, you're just taking whatever they got, right? When you're limiting in, you're letting the price come to you. Limit orders are cost less than market orders. Understand? Because when you're a taker, you pay less than when you're a maker. All right. Same thing when you leave the trade. You leave with a limit order underneath price action, let it come to you, right? Or above price action, let it bounce to you. You're gonna pay less than if you mark it out. Flash close. You know what I mean? Lessons of the life trade. You know. And there we are. I can't wait for the NASDAQ futures to turn back on later on today. 21,810, and we're going to see where we stand. They look really nice. Like there's going to be a bigger move for the NASDAQ. And I hope you watch my macro technical analysis video today or on Friday, because that has so much information and really breaks it down. I put that out every single Friday. Bitcoin just got a massive pump. You know, they're flirting with these shorts. Look at this. This is a little flag here that just broke out right now as we speak. And we've been here before, ripping. I wouldn't be surprised if we double top. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. I see big moves coming. The price action isn't perfect. Like, we're not getting exactly like the shapes that I'm looking for. We're looking for this to kind of go sideways. I'd like it to get even tighter, maybe somewhere up in here. Heck, maybe it does this and it acts like that was just a dip and it gets really tight. And we start breaking out sooner than later. But I'm more bullish than bearish. If we break below the 15-minute 200 MA, all right, then but look, we bounced off it today. Like, they challenged it and we got a beautiful bounce. So I'm not bearish unless the 1 hour loses the 200. And look at the curve on the 200. That's a beautiful sign. The 4 hours above the 200 day. I showed you why I'm long, and I went over this last night in depth. You got to watch last night's stream and watch when I go over the 200 moving average. I think that's going to really clear your mind and help you maybe, see things the way they're supposed to be seen. Everyone, I love you. I'm going to jump on out of here for the day. Thank you so much for letting me kick it with you. I got in the green box. Okay, let's do it again. Let's see if I can call out where Bitcoin's going to be when I show up tonight at 8 p.m. So tonight at 8 p.m., let's go tonight at 8 p.m. here. So Sunday, 13, 14, 15, 16, 4 o'clock, 18 is 6 o'clock, 20 is 8 o'clock. So at 8 o'clock tonight, where is Bitcoin going to be? It's going to be right here in the green box. I'll make it real small this time. The smaller, the harder it is, right? One candle barely fit, right? That's good enough. Yeah, we'll go sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Start to break up. I say we're just like right here somewhere. I'd like to be more optimistic, but yeah, we go sideways. We could start to break out, come back. We might even be up here somewhere on a short squeeze. I'm going to push it a little higher. My instincts tell me we might actually be a little higher. 106.3 and start to go to 107. So yeah, that's my green box. That's my prediction for tonight. Shoulder kind of come down, make the shoulder, and boom, to the upside here for Bitcoin. I like what I'm seeing for BTC, and I'm still long. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Stay positive. Go after your dreams. You can, you will. You are the best. I love y'all. And I'm going to blend into the background now. I'm great. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Stay fresh. Stay amazing. Push yourself every single day to be awesome. You can, you will. You are the best. You've got this. I love y'all. Stay amazing. Stay blessed. Remember, you're not going to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. Anything you start at, it's going to take some time. Trading in general. It goes with everything else. So don't beat yourself up about your first few losses or the things that you don't understand. It's going to take some time. You're going to get there, though, if you believe in yourself. I did. And so why can't you? I love y'all. Stay amazing. Stay fresh. The secret to success, you know what it is? I found out what it was. I talked to every millionaire, billionaire, anyone that really made something of themselves. I said, what is the secret to success? They all told me the same thing. You know what the secret to success, literally the secret. Oh my God, it's amazing. Should I share it? Should I tell them? Okay. Are you ready? It's getting started.